Sections of the text have been written by Brian, who brings not only his unique perspective as a husband, but also over 15 years of experience as a divorce lawyer. He knows what can land you in his office, seeking to end your marriage, and which practices can safeguard your relationship to protect against divorce. He also has a vast knowledge of 1980s movies and professional wrestling, both always certain to pop up when he explains something. You'll be hearing from me, Cherie. I will share what I've experienced as Brian's wife and a number of stories encountered in the past 10 years of being a personal finance author and blogger. But our heart and prayer for your money, your marriage, really isn't about either one of us or our relationship. It's about you. We long for your marriage to grow stronger and happier. We wish for you and your spouse to experience deepened intimacy and flourishing finances. We ache for you to avoid the mistakes we've made when it comes to money and marriage. And more than anything, we yearn for you to realize there is always hope. Your marriage is not over. Your financial situation is not beyond repair. In the accompanying PDF, you will find specific exercises to help further that hope for your finances and your relationship that correlate with each chapter. If you're listening to this book with your spouse or a small group, those questions and projects should be done together. If you're flying solo, please don't skip over them. They were designed with you in mind too. And the simple, intentional practice of evaluating your attitudes, habits, and experiences will be of great use. You might even learn a new thing or two about yourself. We can't promise some of our words won't make you blush a little, but we can promise if you show up in your relationship, make efforts toward changing your attitudes and habits when it comes to both money and marriage, and pray like your lives count on it, intimacy will blossom like never before. And that's when the real fun begins. Insert winky face here. Chapter 1. Origin Stories. In my beginning is my end. T.S. Eliot. Where you begin matters. Your first breath, your first steps, your hometown, your first job. Before you even realize it, every single first begins to determine who you will become. You get more than just a warm fuzzy when you consider where you started. You gain strength from your beginnings. Great power abounds where your relationship began. Years of conflict and the plain old wear and tear of day-to-day life can erode that terrific force. Whispers from the enemy of your souls try to convince you that the burgeoning of your relationship doesn't count anymore. It's a page in your history, long forgotten and unimportant. But beginnings do matter. Making a regular practice of recounting your marriage's origin story can return you to that terrific force. Perhaps dusty and dormant, those wild emotions of love and attraction once knit you tightly together, intertwining your hearts, souls, and hands. That same beginning catapulted you to a future where your finances and legs intertwine too. In the beginning, God created husband and wife, and it was beautiful. It was very good. In the beginning, God created your marriage, and it too was beautiful. It too was very good. Bring the memory of that beauty, of that goodness, to the forefront of your mind, and believe that what began as something good can be something great.
The Fifth House on the Right, Brian. At the T intersection, you're going to make a left, and it will be the fifth house on the right. Unequivocally, those were the greatest directions I've ever received. Ever. Once upon a time, before Cherie and I walked the aisle, we were two bright-eyed college students full of promise and hope. She was beautiful. I was persistent. She was brilliant. I was smitten. Long before we vanquished foes together, long before our war against the debt dragon, we broke bread together for the first time. That story begins with the fifth house on the right. On the evening of our first date, your dashing protagonist, creative liberty, traversed to a distant and unknown land. Because it was a long journey, seriously, it was far, and he didn't know the terrain, your protagonist needed the aforesaid directions. It will be the fifth house on the right. These weren't suburban, close to each other, population-dense neighborhood houses. These were slow down to 50 miles an hour and still be effective at counting houses. Experts refer to the distance between these homes as a